let's deal with Bieber. Struddy, I think we mentioned this yesterday. Can you remember, in your career where you were on the ice and somebody was debuting that caught everybody's attention?
I don't remember the one I remember I was involved in, but when Marilyn Lemieux came back.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, we were, I remember we were in our, getting ready for a game, and we all stopped and put the TV on so we could watch him. I think they showed warm up, if I remember. Maybe Feschuk, you remember them better than I do. I remember watching him. I think he scored that game, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, Jesus coming back, like it's Marilyn Lemieux. Everyone's got to watch this guy play. So, that is the one I remember the most, even though he wasn't on my team.
Well, yeah, and let's not. Yeah, that's a great one, Struddy. I mean, that was an incredible moment in hockey history, and you can't forget seeing it. But I know the Bieber fever, which is kind of hard to say, has infected Toronto here, and there's high expectations. I'm not sure they're Mario Lemieux-sized expectations,
right,
but they're high. Right. But I was wondering, Struddy, like it's clearly the talk of this town. I guess it's a test of the Jays' national reach that I'm wondering if it's part of the talk of Edmonton right now.
Yeah, I'd say, the Blue Jays, the way they're playing, every time that the Blue Jays peak or the Raptors, two teams that we don't have out here in Western Canada, NBA and Major League Baseball, people get into it. But I'm telling you guys, this team, I think they're different than teams we've seen in the past, especially the ones with Bautista. This team is very likable. They play for each other. The manager, right from that all the way to Kirk to the pitching staff, like they're a very likable team. And I think that this, more than other teams I recall, people are talking about. I know some of my buddies have been talking about it today. Hey, we gotta watch this game. We want to see this guy, pitch. What does he look like? How does he feel out there? And I think there's excitement because it's a complete wild card. You have no idea. I mean, he's trending the right direction. We've heard Keegan talk about it, but there's no guarantee. But man, if he can be the guy that they think even close to that, Tats, that's a big pickup for the Blue Jays this time of year.
It is. I mean, his credentials are impeccable. It reminds a lot of us of David Price when he was acquired from the Tigers. And this is like a Cy Young winner that you plug into your rotation and leads the way. And that's the expectation. Of course, coming off Tommy John surgery, hasn't pitched in 507 days in the major league. So obviously there'll be a pitch count tonight, but you're just looking for something that sort of foreshadows where this thing goes.
Well, I think it speaks to the Blue Jays' need, right? Like there's a reason they acquired this guy. It wasn't because, they were hoping he would come back and be a contributor to their starting rotation. It was because they were expecting he would come back, right? This was a gamble in some ways. We certainly characterized it as a gamble on trade deadline day. And I guess anytime you're dealing with elbow ligaments and guys who throw 90 plus miles an hour, you're inherently gambling because we all know that those ligaments can be dust in one pitch, the wrong pitch. But I think there's a real expectation here that this guy can really upgrade the Blue Jays pitching rotation, which obviously, their starters are below league average in collective ERA this season. And so there's a lot riding on this. This isn't just like a bonus. Wouldn't it be nice if he came back? I think the Blue Jays feel like if they're going to be the World Series team that they feel they can be, that he's got to be a huge contributor to that effort.
But who else is watching? Not just the media of the Blue Jays or the fans of Blue Jays. It's the Boston Red Sox and their fans. It's the New York Yankees and their fans. Because, when you're on a team that you're competing against and they are getting potential weapon back, that's massive. And so they're going to be watching. They're going to see how he pitches, how the team reacts around him, how the other team plays against him or bats against him. So there's probably some nerves. As much as nerves can be for Major League Baseball players. But if this works out and if he can be there, I guarantee the rest of AL East and the American League, they won't be happy about it. They don't want to see him succeed. Let's just be honest here.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely not.
And let's be honest here. I mean, the Red Sox are a young and up and coming team. I mean, you're probably right about that. I think the Yankees got their own problems. You saw it last night yet again.
Oh.
Like if you're in a series against the Yankees, there's an awfully good chance that they just give you the series because what they did last night, another 4 errors to add to their total, 9 walks from their pitching staff collectively in losing 6-3 to the Red Sox. Like that Yankees team, it feels like if they're not killing you with home runs, they are just shooting themselves in the foot with self-inflicted wounds of the base on balls and booting balls all over the diamond, and it goes back to last year's World Series where they had that series kind of ending inning, the infamous fifth inning against the Dodgers where they kind of booted it around, and nothing seems to change in Yankee land. So I'm with you, Strud. Like everybody's watching everybody in the American League East because everybody wants to win it and get the easier path and the bye and less games needed to win to get to the World Series. But man, you wouldn't mind playing that Yankees team if they play like they played last night.